Good morning, dear students. In this video, we will talk about revolutionary movements in foreign countries. The revolutionary movements began in foreign country also for giving freedom to India from the British rule. The revolutionary activities that began in India spread to different countries like England, Canada, America, Germany, France, Myanmar, Malaya, Singapore, Afghanistan, Russia. Not only in India but in foreign countries also revolutionary movements began. The active revolutionary who took part in revolutionary activities in foreign countries are श्यामजी कृष्ण वर्मा, मदनलाल ढींगरा, वीर सावरकर, लाला हरदयाल, उधम सिंह, राजा महेंद्र प्रताप, मैडम भिखाजी कामा, सरदार सिंह राणा, मौलाना अब्दुल्ला, मौलाना बासिर, चंपक रामन पिल्लई, Dr. Mathur Singh, Khudabaks were associated with their activities. Some of their pictures are given in the textbook. So, the revolutionaries who have undertaken the revolutionary activities in foreign countries. The revolutionary activities in the foreign countries gave impetus to the revolutionary activities in India. Pistols were being secretly sent to India from England along with the bidding of cooks. So here you can see that pistols were being secretly sent to India from England along with the biddings of cooks. Bidding of cooks means the material vessels of cooking. Madanlal Dhingra killed William Weil, who used to criticize the revolutionaries. In 1907, the Indian Independence League was established in California, America, which was later named as Ghadar Party by Lala Hardayal. A weekly named Ghadar was published in 4 languages. A weekly named Ghadar. Ghadar means rebellion. It was published in 4 languages. 4 languages like Urdu, English, Marathi, Gaurmukhi. Then many examples are there which shows us that how the revolutionary activities had been undertaken by these revolutionaries like Taraknath Das and Kartar Singh to join these activities. Champak Raman Pillai formed the Hind Rashtriya Swayamsevak Dal in Germany. Plan was made to attack India by making Iraq as the headquarter. In International Socialist Conference held in Stuttgart, Germany, the national flag prepared by Madam Kama was hoisted for the first time. So, Madam Kama was the first lady who has hoisted the national flag of India in Germany. Raja Mahendra Pratap formed the provisional independence government under Rashtra Pramukh in Afghanistan, in which Baraktullah, Abidullah, Maulana Basir, Samsir Singh, Dr. Mathur Singh, etc. also joined. This government made effort to get help from Russia, Iran, Turkey, etc. They also made the Turkish chief Anwar Pasha and the governor. The conspiracy Ghalibnama, written on Resmi Rumal, asking all Muslims to unite and fight against Christian, was exposed. So the conspiracy Ghalibnama, which was written on Resmi Rumal, asking all Muslims to unite and fight against Christian, were exposed. Raja Mahendra Pratap signed a golden strip with the signature of the Russian Tsar, in which he had requested the Tsar to sever all ties with England. Russian revolutionary Trotsky had pleaded all the support to the Indian revolutionaries. Sohanlal Pathak in Burma and Paramanand in Singapore carried on revolutionary activities. In addition to this, the Kamagata Maru and Tosha Maru streamer events provided inspiration to the Indian revolutionaries staying abroad to fight against the British. So these are all the examples which draw our attention toward the activities, revolutionary activities which were undertaken by the revolutionaries. The Indian youth in the age group of 18 to 24 year were mainly involved in these radical freedom movements. They had to carry out any kind of thrilling act as they did not fear death. So the youth, they were ready to sacrifice their life. Now they don't have any type of fear of death. And when caught, they readily embrace death, shouting slogan like Inqilab Zindabad and Vande Matram for the purpose of freedom of their motherland. Their sacrifice would provide inspiration to the young generation for ages. So here you can notice that the freedom fighters, the revolutionaries, they, whenever a chance is given to them, they are ready to sacrifice their lives, and at the same time they are ready to kill someone for the nation, for the motherland. Whenever they are caught, they are ready to embrace death, and with that spirit, that by shouting slogan like Inqilab Zindabad. Inqilab Zindabad, that means long live the revolutions, long live the revolutions. And Vande Matram means I praise to the motherland. So this shows that they are ready to sacrifice their life as well as they are ready to take away someone's life for the sake of nation, sake of motherland. And this has provided inspirations to many young people to involve themselves more and more in freedom movements. Here you can see the pictures of Veer Savarkar, Madan Lal Dhingra and Udham Singh, Shyamji Krishna Verma and Madam Kama. Then next we have a Morley Minto reforms. Morley Minto reforms which was carried out in 1909. And we know that Morley Minto, they were considered for the, we can say that creation of the Muslim League or creator of the Pakistan, that they divided, they played and we can say that they played very important role to divide India and Pakistan. So the English adopted the policy of divide and rule to create enmity between Hindus and Muslims. Under the leadership of Aga Khan, Muslim delegation met Viceroy Minto. Morley was the Indian Wazir at that time, and these reforms are known as Morley Minto reforms. So these Morley was the Indian Wazir at that time, and Viceroy Minto was the Viceroy at that time, and we have seen that it was Minto who was considered the father of the Muslim communalism. And it is also said earlier that the real creator of Pakistan was Lord Minto. So these reforms are carried out at the time, and that's why they are known as, these reforms are known as Morley Minto reforms. Next we have a arrival of Gandhiji to India. Gandhiji returned to India after successfully fighting against racism in South Africa with Satyagraha. We know that Gandhiji, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhiji, went to England to study law after receiving his early education in India. He returned to India and started practicing law. In 1893, he accepted a one-year contract from an Indian law firm in Natal, South Africa. In South Africa, Gandhiji faced racial discrimination. in its most cruel form. He was deeply affected by the humiliation that the Indian had to suffer here. He resisted the radical policy of the white government of South Africa. He developed the technique of satyagraha, a form of protest based on truth and non-violence against a ruthless government. Gandhiji came back to India in 1915 and in 1916 he founded the Sabarmati Ashram at Ahmedabad. He appealed for Hindu-Muslim unity and anticipation of depressed classes and women. His aims were broad-based and meant for the benefit of the majority of the Indian populations. And here we know that his political mentor was Gopal Krishna Gokhale, as the picture is given in that, and spiritual mentor was Srimad Raj Chandra, from whom he got inspiration. So you should underline this, that his political mentor was Gopal Krishna Gokhale and spiritual mentor was Srimad Ram Chandra. Gandhiji traveled across India and observed the life of Indians. He considered exploitation at the root of poverty in India and made a plan to abolish British rule in India. So he observed that the root cause of the poverty in India was the British rule, and attempted to end the British rule in India. So with the arrival of the Gandhiji, many movements had been taken out. In next video we will learn about the other movements.